My name is Andy Ikednachi Ochumba. I'm an Agric business man, and I'm in one of our farm settlements here in Ekiti. And right behind me, as you can see, we have about 30, 35 hectares of land. Yeah, actually, I do my farm in 30 hectares in different blocks. So in this block, we have 30 hectares. And what we have here is TMS 30571, high yielding, disease resistant, and also high in starch. And we're just doing this video, and the essence of doing this video is to show that it is possible for us to get it right with agriculture. Seriously, it is possible for us to get it right with agriculture. One of the challenges we have in Nigeria today, apart from Boko Haram, terrorism, and different kinds of political issues we have in Nigeria, is food insecurity. And let me say this: any nation that have issues with food, are gone. That's why I don't even pray for what to happen in this country. Tribal war, for instance. If the Hausas decide to seize their food, I tell you, no any other tribe with their gun, with their munitions and all that can stand hunger. Seriously, as the Biafran, what actually led to the end of the fight? By the time food was cut off, Kwashoko set in, and they had to have a rethink. So it's very, very possible. And on this other side, we have, as you can see, another land we are preparing. And here we decide to plant maize here. So we've just done about 10 hectares. We've plowed, harrow, and reached about 10 hectares here where we are planting maize. And the maize we are planting here is vitamin A fortified maize. Why? Because we are also looking into how can we add nutrients, nutrition, vitamins into our food, especially in this age that are being ravaged with diseases and different kinds of health issues. There's another type of cassava we're also planting somewhere not too far from here. It's called vitamin A fortified cassava. It's actually yellow cassava. So I thank God for science, thank God for technology, thank God for Harvest Plus. Today, with the help of technology, we're now planting, we now have seedlings that actually increases the quantity of nutrients in it. Like the vitamin A fortified cassava, we have lesser starch in it for those for those that are diabetic, because we've discovered that 80% of our stable food is coming from cassava, maize, and rice. We eat starchy food a lot. So we're trying to see how can we bring in vitamins into our food. Now, farming has gone past the stage where you use hoe and cutlass and all that. What we do today is mechanized farming. Just like the farm behind me, it's an hybrid from IITA. IITA, by the way, is a research institute in Nigeria, and it's being sponsored by Ford Foundation, and they've got amazing seedling. It's high yielding, high yielding. Like the variety we actually planted there, we can actually get between 30 to 65 tons of cassava tubers per hectare, and that is serious. This morning, one of the capstars came in, and as at now, at the moment, a capstar, is it a capstar or a Peugeot?
Capstar.
A capstar that goes for 17,000, 20,000 naira before, as at this morning, is sold for 50,000 and all that. That to see how the price of food has skyrocketed and all that. It's our mainstay. For me, I like the idea of the recession. I pray it continues. Maybe for once, we can actually look down. Maybe for once, we can actually empower ourselves by going back to our mainstay, which is agriculture. God bless this country. We have very fertile lands and all that. Though to get our yield here, apart from being fertile, we also add fertilizers, and we'll make sure that we practice best agronomy technology and all that. You see, Africa is blessed. I was doing a research recently, and I found out that it was Africa coffee, the coffee that the whites consume. Now, do you know that coffee is consumed more than Coca-Cola? It will surprise you. An average white man drinks coffee 5 times a day. How many bottles of Coke do you drink in a day? So now, coffee was discovered in Ethiopia, And Ethiopia is the highest exporter of coffee all over the world. So imagine how much Ethiopia actually make more money from their coffee than we make from our oil. I think our oil was actually a cost. Seriously, it didn't really bless us. That's why some African countries that have discovered oil are not even ready to exploit it. America has oil, but they are not selling. What are they looking into? They are looking into their military empowerment. Haven't made money in agriculture during the First and Second World War. While Russia and other countries were busy fighting, America was busy, planting, going into agriculture. From agriculture, they went to industrialization. From industrialization, they made enough money to empower themselves militarily. And today, they are world power because they have military empowerment. History taught me that. But what happened to Russia? Over time, Russia now found out that while they were fighting, their people were starving. So they had to go back to a food policy and all that. Look at any nation that has risen and fallen. Go and check their policy. Food is a very important tool. Food insecurity is more dangerous than a nuclear weapon. I tell you, it's more dangerous than a nuclear weapon and all that. So we need to go back to farm. It's a business. If you know what you're doing, consult properly, get experienced people to do your agro business for you. You find out that it's amazing. Today, the palm kernel seedlings we gave to Malaysia. Today, Malaysia make more money from exporting palm products like PK oil, palm kernel oil, and others. They make more money from those oil than we make from our crude oil and all that. Cassava stems we give to Ghana. Cassava stems we give to Togo. If I tell you that till tomorrow we still import Gary from Ghana and Togo, and we were the one that actually gave them cassava and cassava stems in the first place. But we're importing Gary. It will shock you that we import Gary. We are the highest producer of cassava in the world, the highest consumer of cassava in the world, and the highest low value chain producer of cassava in the world. Seriously, it's a wake up time. It's a wake up time. We need to go into agriculture. Population is increasing. We also need to increase in food. Thanks to dollar issues and all that, dollar high, dollar and all that. Maybe now we can start looking inward and planting. So once in a while, I'll be releasing video clips like this while we're working on our project. We also have vegetable projects too. We're looking at tomato, melon, and other things. It's full agriculture. We're also into fish farming. I do fingerling production. We grow catfish, tilapia, and a new fish that I'm actually bringing called Pangasius. So for your inquiry on Agric business, how you can make money from Agric business and all that, you can actually call the numbers below and make your inquiries. But I tell you, it's an amazing business. This is a business that with 200,000 you can prepare an hectare, and in 10 months you can actually get about 1,000 return on investment on that. It's amazing. Now we're actually working with other companies to set up starch processing factories here and also Gary processing factory. A bag of Gary now is about 12,000 naira. Before now it was sold for 6,000, 7,000, but now it is 12. And 3 tons of fresh cassava tubers will give you 1 ton of dry gray matter of Gary and not that. And I can't start telling you how much you can actually make from an hectare of farmland like this on Gary and how much you're going to make. It's crazy. It's amazing. So please, it's high time we come back to Nigeria. Nigeria is actually the last hope for both production of food, for both the world is actually. In no time, between now and the next 10 years, the greatest thing we'll be exporting out of these countries are our tomatoes, our yam, and all that. Now, if you look behind there, we have some yam farm seedlings. Like I said, it's all agriculture, Now, this is actually yam. This is a yam farm, and they are doing very well. We're actually in yam season now, but this one's very soon they'll be getting ready. We actually have about 10 hectares of yam, and we also export yam in pallets, So, like I said, I thank God for His wisdom, for what He has given us, the resources, the land, and at times I ask, when we were in the agrarian age before we discovered oil and all that, and after we discovered oil and abandoned agriculture, where did all those lands go to? The truth is this: the lands are still here. All we need to do is plow our investment back to agriculture. Agriculture is amazing, seriously. Let's produce what we are eating and not what people are giving to us. The only way we can secure our health, the only way we can fight cancer and numerous diseases we have these days is to produce our food ourselves. Not somebody giving us rice that has been stored up for 15 years and banned in their own country and nowhere to sell. They ship it to us to eat. Over 15 years with chemical. So on this note, I'm shutting down, I'm signing out. We have got some work to do on the farm. After here, we're going to the other farm where we're actually working on 50 hectares. Now we have 4 tractors there, plowing 50 hectares. It takes us like 3 weeks, 1 month for us to complete that, And it's amazing. And these are all investors' projects. So every investor, every client will take their projects seriously. We're working with the government to see if they can give us tractors, personally, if we can get tractors subsidized from them. I think what the government should be doing is to subsidize tractors and give us tractors. The biggest problem we have and challenge we have here is getting tractors. So what I do at times is, like in these farm settlements, we have about 6 tractors, but only 3 are functional. So at times I have to go to other farm settlements to get our local government to lease tractors from them, though at a higher cost, but in order to get my work done faster and easy. Then we also have pepper. As you can see, we have pepper here. We have pepper here. You can see the size of the pepper. You understand? Like you can see the size of the pepper. Is this not amazing? And it's not yet matured and all that. So it's all more. But actually what I'm doing here is intercropping. So I have corn, I have pepper, and I have yam. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So on this note, I want to say a very big thank you. I remain Andy Ochumba, the CEO of Greenhope Agro Business Resource Nigeria Limited. We're into contract farming. I'm an aquaculturist. We're into processing of fish and different crops. Next year, we're looking at soya beans and other exotic crops and all that. It's time. Let us feed Nigeria. Let us eat well, and let us eat healthy. Everything I plant here are actually targeted towards high vitamin and mineral intake. It's intentional. The maize I'm actually planting here are actually vitamin A fortified maize. It was released 2 years ago, and not too many farmers has that. Intentionally planted. Why? Because my passion, apart from food production, is also to see that people eat healthy. Yeah, people eat healthy. What's the essence of producing food and people are eating junk? So why not work towards good food with good vitamins and minerals? So on this note, I want to say very thank you. I thank God for everything. I thank God for my partners. If not for my partners, all this would not be possible. I also thank God for my workers. Like the guy doing the video, we call him Broken, an amazing guy. He's our project manager on the farm. We work closely and all that. Like next year, we already have like 200 hectares piled up we're going to be doing and all that. So I think it's right. Agric farming is now a business. We call it agric business, and you can do it in a business way. And one of the ways is adding value, logistics, and the value chains in agric. Not just farm and leave it there, but farm and also add value to them. I can't even meet up the demand of Gary in Ado-Ekiti. Not to even talk about Ibadan, not to even talk about going to Lagos. I don't think I can meet up the demand for Gary, which is a table food for so many millions of Nigerians. And I can't even meet up with a demand of a particular state. Not to even talk about exporting. The truth is that in the area of agriculture, we've not produced how is it said? The supply is lesser than the demand. The demand is higher than the supply. That is business. Anywhere demand is higher than supply, as soon as you fill in the gap and you do it the right way, you know what you're planting. Not just preparing land and getting seedlings or cuttings from people and planting what you don't know about and all that. No, every stem, every variety has got a system of managing it, So on this note, I'm signing up, but finally I would like to say this while I come out from this farm. All right, let's go to the other farm. So finally, I would like to say this. Finally, I would like to say this. Uh, this video, I'll soon be running, but I'll make out time to tell you the byproducts of high starch yielding cassava and what we do from cassava. What we know here in the part of the world is cassava is consumed as food. But I tell you this, from this cassava, thousands of products are being produced. Now, your mouth clean. Anytime you brush your teeth in the morning, think cassava. There's an element of cassava in that. Anytime you take your Panadol, there's an element of cassava in the fillers and all that. Anytime you carry your book to read, the binding materials and all that, there is cassava. So anything called starch, anything that starch is used for, there's cassava in it. Your Maggi, anytime you're cooking and you throw a cube of Maggi in your pot of soup, there's an element of cassava that has entered. How do I know that? Majorly, my market is actually starch producing company, and once in a while I engage them. What do you guys use this starch for? And when they start listing it, why? Because the glucose, the sucrose, fructose here can actually be broken down with other chemicals into distros that can be used for producing different things, drugs and all that, which we import. So, but the funny thing is that these starch companies are foreign. Most of them are Thailand, like Thai farm in Ososa in Ijebu and all that, Before now, what they normally do is the moment they turn the tubers to paste, they send it to their country, put it in different finished product, just like what we are doing with crude. We take crude out, they'll process it into kerosene, bitumen, and so many other products and sell back one each back to us. And that is what is being done in cassava. But I thank God we are getting it right in cassava. This time around, we are going to be producing our own stuff. Well, thank for government, but we want more from government. I'm happy about the 10-20% cassava flour policy and 10-20% cassava flour policy. I'm happy about that. What it simply means is this: for your bread, your chin-chin, your snacks, your cookies and all that, anytime you pick one up, about 10%, 20% cassava has gone into that. So that has actually opened up a very big, more demand. So the struggle we have now is we can even hardly meet up with factories and industries' demand of the raw material tuber, not to even talk about feeding Nigeria itself, So it's a good business. We're looking for a business to do, an investment, in 10 months. These varieties in 10 months, they're good to go. You can actually do this with us. So final shout. I don't know. I moved to talk this morning. Like I said, my name remains Andy Ochumba, the CEO of Greenhope Agro Resource Nigeria Limited. I've been in this business for 15 years now, counting, and I've been to different places on Agric business, different trainings, both within and outside Nigeria. We're into contract farming, maize, cassava, soya beans, and also vegetables. Then outside that, we're also into fish farming. We do fingerling production, actually Dutch catfish fingerling production, which are fast growing in nature. And like I said earlier, you can make your inquiry. We're into Agric business, your consultancy, on the numbers below. My number is actually 080 2039 4888. That's 888. 080 2039 4888. Thank you very much and have a blessed day. Wow. Video last time. This one for me. Okay. So you can actually see the end. The farm is as far behind those trees, down. Like I said, this is about 35 hectares of land. An hectare is actually 15 plots. Okay, so I think we can stop the video now. Bye.